Hi, and welcome back to this YouTube channel and my eBay sellers account, GB Hatchery. Today I'm going to be driving this international semi-truck. Looks like I have a tank to deliver. This is American Truck Simulator. I'm going to be playing in virtual reality. A little view change. Start it right up. There it is. There's the tank. There's the warehouse. There's the truck. There's the GPS. And let's see here. Let's get her going. I'm pulling right out. Looks like this is by the water. Look at that. Is that water over there? Maybe. This is really so clear in this headset. I just can't believe it. Good on the PlayStation VR for all that it did, but this is just so much nicer. I got into the settings and I got reprojection to work on this for the Windows Mixed Reality OpenXR protocol. It's right in the tree of the file system. Look at this water. There's water. That is so cool. Oh, look at the bridge. I think this is San Francisco or... Yeah, this is the San Francisco bridge. Look at that. The scale is immense. This is really something. What's all the dust? Look at that. Tugboats. This is too cool. Look at these sailboats. Wow. Look at the highway and the buildings. It's amazing. It's like an artist's rendition of the towns. Really something. That tug is awesome. Look at that guy. Oops. I was going to stop. Am I in the turn lane? I need to go left. So I was having some performance problems. I talked about it in another video, but I just like to bring it up for anybody who's new to the game or to the concept that I'm using reprojection, and it cleaned this up so well that I was able to put it on 4K Ultra as the output resolution, and it holds 45 frames and then it reprojects the rest, and it is spot on. Beautiful in here. Just gorgeous. I can't even, that's not even like a word I use. It is beautiful in here. Nice and clean. Smooth. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. Microsoft Flight Simulator is really my #1, but I'm starting to think I'm going to be spending some time in this one unless I run out of content. But so far it seems like there's plenty. If it runs out of content, I'll be sad. I'll be picking up the European one or whatever. There's a new one. I think there was one called World of Trucks, and they show someone towing like a boat, like a really big boat. Look at this, and I'm going over it. How awesome is this? Am I on the right side of the road? I don't even know. Look at this. It's all running flawlessly. I can tell it's reprojecting a little bit. Gives you that little bit of a little wonky look. There's a config file in the in the system, in the game folder. And the first one is reproject. You put 0 to 1. There's a social screen that you can turn on by putting 0 value and then put it into a 1 value, and then there's reprojection, and the reprojection has made this performance just through the roof, just so much better. I'm a real proponent of that because they've got it working really well. And the OpenXR, OpenXR Toolkit, I think it is. Use that on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it is phenomenal. I would like to get it working on all my games. I think there's ways to do it, but so far I haven't been able to get it to show up on my other games. I need to work on that. Or it needs to be worked on by developers, because it's fixed foveated rendering, but a lot of the rendering outside of your viewing, a lot of it is blurry because of the Fresnel lenses anyway. So why are we going out of our way to render things in this blurry area? So it makes a whole lot of sense that there's priority given to that spot, the sweet spot right in front of you that comes in clear. Puts massive priority on that, and everything else can kind of tag along, because no matter what, that's where you're looking. Glances to the side, you get the information you need real quick, but if you're actually going to be looking there, you do turn your head. There aren't too many people that just, unless they want to give somebody a dirty look, then they'll look out of the side of their, turn their eyes to the side and look at somebody, but it's usually an expression. But as in our daily lives, we'll glance at something like that, but then if we're actually going to be looking in that direction, then we turn our head. I mean, it's just you get better, what do they call that, the bifocal, or the stereoscopic vision is better when you're looking straight at something. It works better, so people tend to. But anyway, long story short is the foveated rendering is amazing, and the PlayStation VR 2 is going to get it, and we're now just barely getting it at all for any of our PCs, so it's really sad that it hasn't been out and available for a long time. That should have been one of the, with all the performance issues that VR had, it should have been worked out a long time ago. Should have been the first thing that all of the Vive stuff was doing way back in the day. That should have been handled. The performance should have been thought about and handled. It is being handled, and it's only been a few years, so it's like, I'm sure anyone listening to this who's in the industry is like, okay, consumer, we've been working on it for, a couple thousand days. Take it easy. A couple thousand days. This is amazing. This is just really phenomenal. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, I might be buying up all of these, like the European one, Europe Truck, and the World of Trucks. Am I getting this one? I'm thinking this one. Boom. Toll paid by your employer. That's not very realistic. Oh well. It's always fun out of the gate on those toll booths when people are, you kind of merge with each other afterward. It's interesting. Kind of got the same feel when that truck went by, that bus. Reminded me of some times. Been through many a toll booth in my day. It's really amazing, these systems. 7 nanometer GPUs. Just the fact that you can just have just bare electricity going in one side, and it just knocks it down to the voltage it needs, cleans it up, maybe a capacitor there to buffer it or whatever, and then, do I go right here? Man, I think I go right here. You gotta read the GPS carefully. Sometimes there'll be quite a few of the kind of little spaghetti going. You gotta figure out which one of those noodles you are. It's just amazing that it just physically determines what's going to happen on the screen. Just it's almost like solid state. I mean, it's like there's like no moving parts. The electricity goes in and it just kind of finds its way through it. It's like a grate. Like maybe you're going to sort something. If you were going to sort things by size, you would have a grate. Except it's a grate that is a series of switches that things can get through when they need to, and then at the other side is a full simulation of the planet Earth. Like, what the heck? That's really something. Obviously this wasn't invented by one person. It seems to be a group effort. Even the people that buy them are involved because they in turn are trading money, which the people are using to eat food. Look at this straightaway. Wow, look at that. That's cool. This looks just like the freeway. I love this straightaway. That's awesome. That's what it feels like to hit the freeway in Michigan. This is not Michigan. This is, I think, Florida. Or no, this is California. Going to Reno. Looks like there's some red cedar, maybe. I think this is the highway that always gets congested. Where's the EV lane? The rickshaw lane. It's really too bad things get a bad rap, you know, like just socially. It seems like it'd be nice to have like pedal cars just for the sake of doing it. You know, if you do something, people are assuming it's because you don't have the money. Why are you doing that? Well, they don't have the money. But sometimes people are just doing things because they have one life to live, and that's what they wanted to do. It just so happens to not require a lot of money to do that. And people just don't get it. Like, how, you know, you don't get people just jumping around. Somebody has a candy bar. Who? Is that all you can afford? Like, no, it's just I wanted a chocolate bar, that's all. I mean, sometimes people, that's all they can afford, but I mean, what are you going to do? Go to Ghirardelli every freaking time? Sometimes you just want like a Hershey bar or something. It's not a big deal. But I suppose I was watching some show, and I guess in like I guess it's India, they have something called a rickshaw. Or no, it was Bangladesh. And it's basically a taxi, but the guy pedals you. But they're not even done very well. Like, there's like not a whole lot of technology. They didn't put in a derailleur or anything. It was just like one speed, and the guy stands on it, and then he puts his other foot on there and stands on it. I need to get off. I'm gonna cut these people off. Boom! Ah! Anyway, I think the whole concept of a rickshaw is kind of neat, you know, for like, they have them for kids where you have like the trailer, like the kid trailer. I think that's neat. Probably a little dangerous on the roads though. So I must have like missed my turn or something, because they had me turning around, which I find odd. How fast can you go? Well, the tank is fine. I don't see it has a dent or anything. Should be okay. Sometimes you just need to turn around to get to where you're going because there's no exit on the one side. Yeah, this is too cool. This feels exactly like driving. Either this is really awesome or I just haven't played VR in a while and I'm just having that first VR feeling again. But a lot of choices were made in this game and they made good choices. A lot of really good choices were made. It almost seems like it'd be cool if it was exactly like the world. I gotta turn on my headlights. There you go. If it was photorealistic and measured out to be, you know, kind of like the Microsoft Flight Simulator is with Google Earth, it would be neat if it was like that, and then just do shorter trips. But it might feel too real, and it might just feel like a grind then, like, okay, so you're gonna put me to work, and I don't get paid? This is somehow like short and sweet and quaint in a way, the way you get to see the views that you would see, but they're about a minute and a half. And then you're on to the next thing. It's just kind of summarized. If you could have it to where it wasn't like that, I wonder if a person would like it, or if this is the way it should be. But yeah, decisions were made with this one. I like the simulations though. Games are cool. I mean, technically this is a game, but I'm calling this a simulation. I think I gotta keep going to the right, yeah. This one will totally take you out of your day-to-day, though. Unless you do this for a living, it'll put you back in it. But I don't have a truck, so it's kind of nice. Because trucks are fun to drive. You know, they're big. They feel, you feel safe in them, honestly. It's really not tough to feel safe, you know, but it's just, you do feel safe in them. Feel like if you got in an accident, you'd be okay. But you know, they're just made for what they're doing. That's all secondary. Yeah, it's a good enough system. It's too bad it wouldn't just last forever. Just as is. Just do everything that we're doing today forever. But if we did that 10 years ago, we wouldn't have these newer VR kits. So I guess on with tomorrow. That's really exciting. As good as VR is today. I gotta say, this is a lot of fun. I don't know if I've said that yet in this video. This is a lot of fun. We have a stop sign with red lights on it. Not sure what that's all about. I was looking for train tracks or something. I wonder what happens if you start blowing red stop signs. Not red lights, but just the stop signs. See, it's cool because there's people working. They did not have to do that. But that increases the realism so much. You pull up and there's things happening. That just totally does something. Alright, I'm gonna try to actually do this. Give me the hard one. Where's it go? Over there. So I gotta swing it around. You know, the more you do this, probably the way better you get at it. These guys are gonna understand. They've seen this before. Look at this. These guys are packaging produce. What is that, bell peppers or something? Fruit. For some people, that's their whole game, is that little area right there. That's their whole game. This is amazing. Now, I don't want to go over the top praising this thing because it's like, okay, so you just love everything about it. But really, this is really good. As far as it could go, in the other ways that they could have screwed it up, you know, they didn't. Think about that. They could have screwed it up bad, and they didn't. They leave that up to us while we're playing. Alright, so I think I'm going to have to cut the wheel to the... I'm going to have to cut it to the left. No, is that right? Yeah, that's right. No, it's not right. I got switched around here. Alright. Oh, I just hit that? This is what I meant to do. Look at that. You can see it right in the rear view. And then the lights and everything. That's too awesome. Yeah, they could have totally, royally screwed this game up, and they didn't do that. Look at that, I got those guys doing fruit in the background and me looking in my mirror to park this. Huh. Okay. I should have cut it a little bit more, but I was looking at those graphics. Line it right up, line it right up. Straighten her out, straighten her out. Straight back. Give me greens. That should be green, man. There we go, there's green. Whoop! All right. Delivered. Level 5 enthusiast. What to do? Looks like I have some new ones. I guess the more you complete, then you get new ones. These ones you can't pick. This was the only one in California. Now there's 2 new ones. I had San Francisco, there's Sacramento, Tonopah. It's interesting seeing the California there. I'm going to try this one. Clothes, grain, fruits, office supplies, dry fruit. There's quite a few. Gypsum. I'm going to take some gypsum. That sounds fun. They did this in a way that you don't feel dumb playing it. Some of these little games, they just kind of leave you feeling a little bit dumb. Like, that's what I did with my day. This one, you don't feel bad doing this with your day. At least I don't. I don't know, everyone's different, you know. It's just... Alright, so what do we have? Gypsum? Let's see about this gypsum. Where's the gypsum? That's it. I guess they have it covered. It's in a covered trailer. I was hoping to see stacks of gypsum, but I got gypped. There, you can see it over there. It's just regular trailers. But there's two of them. So if they want me to park that, that's going to be pretty tough. Okay, so now I have a GPS on the dash. I think they should all have that because then we can always get rid of this. Maybe there's more to this than I know. Sometimes I make comments on videos and then I realize later that there was something about that I didn't know, and then it made it sound like the developer missed something. You know, I don't think that's happened very often. I'm just going to say I think that's happened before, that I've said something wrong, just so I can say that, so that if I'm wrong about this, that, you know, I'm covering myself a bit. Alright, so we need lights. Boom. And then I need to pull out of here. You don't see these things. There they are. They look nice. New tires. Looks like new trailers. The chassis are like nice and painted black. That's cool. Driving the good stuff. I could see a person wanting to like get a nice chair. Hopefully they don't run out of content for this game. You could actually just reset it. Boy, I can see the reprojection is taking a job to those in the headset. The reprojection is making them all wiggly. I think it's worth it though. It doesn't bug me because I've seen so much of it that I just dismiss it. Just enjoy my solid, rock solid frame rate. Because things like the dash here and everything on it, they don't ever wiggle. But if I move my head around, they're super smooth and 90, lock 90. You know, if a person had a 120 hertz headset or a 200 hertz headset and they were able to actually make 90 frames, you could fill in the rest. You could still reproject. Even though you're able to hit your frame rate, then you could just get into really high refresh. And I think Pimax has some headsets that are like 160 hertz, 200 hertz. I can see merit in that big time. We'll come around the back of a shipping center. Yield sign. Ooh, okay, we got a roundabout here. It's interesting, this little, it's like a booth. It's like a zoo booth or something. I guess this is for the industrial park or something, maybe? Alright, we'll be taking a left. So no sleeper on this one. Got the cables, the airline cables. Nice view out the front. There's a smaller hood. This one seems more like a bus. There's a fireman. Traffic's backed up. That's odd. What's going on here? Well, I can't sit here all night. Gonna hit somebody. I gotta get through. I can't sit here all night. What the heck is all this? This is exactly what it's like being stuck in traffic at night. So what do they want me to do? Is this an accident or something? Looks like an accident. Let's see about creeping around them. I'm gonna take this guy's mirror off. Crash vehicle offense. So I was gonna have to sit there and wait for the cops to come, and they were gonna clean that up probably. But I didn't feel like waiting because I'm recording. It might have been cool to watch, but I don't know. I didn't hit anybody. I love the way the light changes the light in the cab like that. It really gives the illusion that everything that we're supposed to believe is happening is happening. It really gives you that feeling. It's everything that we've seen before. It's everything that's very familiar. It's nice to see a little bit of wiggle here and there because I know my reprojection's on and thriving. A lot of times there's no wiggle at all. It's just locked up. 90. These are usually like 8-cylinder, like straight 8s, I think, or 12s maybe, or 10s, but a lot of times 8, I believe. It's not, I mean, it's a big motor, but it's just what it is. It's just like a straight 8-cylinder, I think. I think some of them are straight 6s, just big. As you can tell, I don't know a whole lot about these. I did have a straight 6 in my life, but it was only a 292. I was going to go. But it was a good motor. Lots of implications into what motor you buy. You know, is that a, you know, what is it? It's supposed to be like a political sign or something, like. Okay, what do I do now? I suppose stereotypes are somewhat true sometimes, most of the time, a lot of times, to a point. It's a generalization. Ford guy, Chevy guy, Ram truck, Dodge guy, Toyota guy, Nissan person. I don't think it always holds up though. If somebody gives you a car, you just, thanks, you know. or if you don't know, or if you never had one. A lot of times people buy a different kind of car because they've never had one. Like, wanted to see. You only live for 80 years. Your car lasts you for 5-10 years, depending. You only get, unless you buy a lot of pieces, POSs. If you buy good quality cars, you only get like 10. If you buy a lot of new cars and just take that first 2 years, you probably get quite a few cars and trucks. But okay, I gotta take a right. I don't know, I was getting car parts the other day and they had my list of cars that came up and it was long. And I just glanced. It was like my life flashed before my eyes. That's probably what it'll be like to die. It's like just like having your list of cars come up at AutoZone. I almost want to get my camera out and take a photo because I could flash it right now for this video. But it was a long list of cars and I remembered each one. I was like, that. Oh my gosh. Quite a few bad transmissions. That's why I like my hybrid, because it helps that getting off the line. That's so bad for transmissions. Where do I go? Straight? I go straight? Oh, I was supposed to go left. And I'm gonna go left. It's really hard for a transmission to go from nothing to something because it's turning. And I think that's why it's really nice. Electrics are really good because they don't have that issue. They can go from nothing to something without any harm. But I think transmissions, they're always, it kind of hurts them a little bit. I know somebody used to come out of their drive and then put it in drive while still rolling in reverse, and I told that person, it was a long time ago, I probably shouldn't talk about it on the internet, but it was going to ruin it, I mean, it was something I was even told when I was a kid. Don't do that. Don't reverse. Make sure you stop first and then put it in drive. Don't just slam it in drive and let the drive do the drive-in against the reverse motion, because it's just bad for it. It's just going to tear it up. Because going from nothing to something is tough on those transmissions, because it's just not moving yet. It's not pushing against something that's turning yet. It's pushing against nothing. It's pushing against stillness. But that can help out a car if it has that electric motor to take that first 5 miles an hour and handle it. Now you're up to speed. Now you're kind of going 1-to-1. You can get into a gear. It kind of takes the clutch out of it, so to speak, whether it be via fluid or an actual clutch pad. But that whole thing is kind of handled. We're up to speed. Now we can basically either CVT or slam shift from one to the next, in effect. You're just clutch not needed. The whole concept of slippage is abated. So it's good for your transmission. Some cars, you might have some parts go out, maybe the battery straps or something, but the transmission a lot of times survives because it's babied all the time. It's got a little helper that does all the hard work for it, all the heavy lifting. All it's got to do is get into the top gear, final drive. Or a geared down version of it. This is a cool trip right here. Of all the trips, this one seems pretty believable. Like, I totally feel like I'm out on the open road. I used to ride in a station wagon just like that, wood grain and all. Oh, got some panic braking. All that. Look at this. Spent $2,000 on a game PC to experience panic braking. Another good reason to have a hybrid. You're out on the freeway and they panic brake. It's like, fine. Weigh station. Please pull into the vehicle. Okay, I gotta go in here and get weighed. Never been to a weigh station in real life. Always driven past them. Almost look like upside down cross pulling in. To pass the inspection, press A. Vehicle gross weight 75,000 pounds. So I'm, what, 37 tons? That's why I picked this job, because it was heavy as heck. This VR could really take off and be something. Like really, really, really good visuals. This is already so close. I'm sure in the future it'll seem basic, but it's... if we're going up from here, it's gonna spell some amazing VR. I know everyone's talking about the Metaverse. They did that with quadcopters. It was quadcopters, multicopters, tricopters. Then they came out with drone, and somebody got on the internet and they paid them to just say drone over and over, and they did, and it kind of ruined it in a way. I mean, yeah, now you can go to Best Buy and buy a DJI or one of the other Parrots or one of the bigger companies, but some people really didn't want to say drone so much. Camera drone. For a lot of people, it was an extension of the RC, airplane and helicopter hobby. So it was more akin to that. So when they started calling it drone, I was supposed to go over there. Okay. They also don't back up on the highway. I'm gonna go through these bushes. But that's what I feel about the Metaverse. Like, it's nice that somebody had a book and they had a name in the book for it, but it's a little heavy-handed to go Metaverse and Omniverse and meditating and metaversitating, and I don't know. It just seems a little audacious, maybe. I can't go through here. Like, obviously, I'm talking about people with a lot of money, so they can buy things and they can make things and they can make decisions like that. But sometimes the people that are affected feel like maybe they would have some say. If you're going to take my hobby and rename it and have it sound dumb or something, you know, Omniverse, Metaverse, Netherworld, I don't know, the Nether. Give ASML some credit, call it the Nether. No, I don't even like the Nether, but where am I going now? To take a right? I guess if we're all going to say Metaverse, Metaverse, then that's the way it's going to be, but I think it was kind of taking a little bit of credit for what's already being done. Bill Gates, he hasn't really come out with that type of thing, and he has some of the best. He's got his hands pretty deep in this stuff. He can speak it into existence, or he can come out with Microsoft Flight Simulator. And he chose the latter. Now maybe he'll be on board in another couple of weeks and be coming out with a Metaverse something or other, but you don't see people calling sharks jaws. I guess if you don't like it, don't buy it. And I have a G2. I can do anything. They're not going to let me do that. I guess I'll do that one. Problem is the Metaverse a lot of times is a woman's body when it comes to VR headsets, especially really cheap ones. Why do they offer me to skip when I'm coming up on it? Wait till I'm screwed up or something. There we go. Anyway, we're getting a little too real on this game, on this video. It's all about fun. There's the good and the bad and everything. I'm really happy with this this driving game. I almost feel like doing one more. Why not? Do one more. Got Reading. Page. Guess we'll do this. Ehrenberg. Used packaging. Just add diesel. World of Trucks. That looks cool. World of Trucks image spotlight. That looks sweet. Look at that. Image spotlight. That's going to be like the Microsoft Flight Simulator of trucking. Alright. Let's see. Turn this puppy on. Okay, so I do have a GPS. That's awesome. I'm going to turn this thing off. See about headlights, and let's go. Nice and simple. What a thing, though. Growing up, I was playing Nintendo, Atari. This is far out there. Some days it seems like I shouldn't be doing fake experiences where in reality I'm not doing anything. But I try to save it for times where it doesn't matter. Like, it's all personal, but that is something that a virtual person that gets into a lot of virtual will start to deal with, is the realization that there is just blinkety dots in my face, and that's really all that's there. And yeah, it's persuading me to do this, that, and the other thing. But you got to kind of keep that boyhood, child like perspective, you know, that what's cool about the world and won't it be so great. And right now VR truly is. I guess I'm getting a little too philosophical. Please pull in for a vehicle inspection at the nearest way station. Well, there just so happens to be one right here. Everybody has their own demons, though. So, but I find that with VR, it's like if you there's kind of a I think it's going to go away if everyone's doing it. I think hanging out with other people is going to help that. Even if it's just in passing, because that's all anybody wants to do anyway. Acquire things from other people. People like to be rich because they get to have things that other people made for them. It's all just dirt that somebody boiled down and stirred up and put into a mold and squashed it and weaved it. And it's all just from the earth. It's amazing that these GPUs are coming from the earth. That you could imagine being dropped off on the earth as a caveman and say, now make a GPU with what you see around you. Huh. Good luck. Could make a snare trap and that'd be about it. You would need silicon and gold, and a machine from ASML, and then a backdoor deal with TSMC, or something like that. It would be a different world if those ended up getting blown up or something. A lot of the countries have a lot to lose. It's just tech, though. It'll come back, no matter what happens. Nowadays, the way things are with information, it'll grow like a weed. Rest area. I wonder if I should rest. I'm just going to drive through the rest area. I haven't seen one. I've gotten out of these in real life. Someone's always walking a dog. They have a way for the trucks and a way for the... Can't read that yet. There's truck parking. That's everybody else. I'm just going to go for a tour, though, because this is the way I normally go. There's usually somebody walking a dog and a bunch of people walking to the bathroom. Something like this. person walking. There's a couple people. Got a back fence. I wonder if you can get out and walk. I could probably go up there and sit down. I have a walk button. I haven't tried it yet. Just been sitting in the cab. I like it when games incorporate things like that, like a driving game. You can get out and walk and see things. I guess maybe I will take to the Metaverse name when I see it come to fruition, and I won't care about the name. I'll just be glad they made it. For all I know, there was a lot of time and energy put into that name, even from the book. It's possible that came from a boardroom. Could just be a snappy name somebody made up. Metaverse. Could have called it the world. It's a wide world. This is the nicest car I've ever seen in the whole wide world. Look at this guy. Boom, boom, boom. Gun it. You could tell a story and they'd be like, wow, that's nice. Was that in the world or the world? VR is a little bit hard to say. It's kind of like VR. I don't know. It's alright, but it doesn't roll off the tongue. XR. Virtual reality. I guess it's what's in the word that's important. I guess that's how quadcopters were. They were a little hard to say. Quadcopter. Quadcopter. I think about syllables. 1, 2, 3. Quadcopter. Metaverse. 1, 2, 3. Drone. 1. Drone's easy to say. Did you get a new drone? Metaverse. It's not too bad. It's consonants. Consonants are easier to pronounce. Look at that. That's too cool. That's brick. Oops, do I gotta take a right? Not yet. That's all believable. Looks like there's airplanes over there, maybe. Is an airport? Huh. Gotta stay in my lane. Yeah, there's airplanes. "84 miles to Tucson." It would be neat if they did the whole country, and you could go to just about any state, especially go cross country where you feel the local sights of the state, like whether it be hilly or flatland or lots of corn or what have you, and then have long haul trips that are shortened. It's about a 20th of the time or so. Maybe even have to sleep for some of them. For all I know, that's what's here already. I think they have DLC where you get more states. I'll have to look more into it. I'm just happy to get this running so well. Partially with cache, but also with setup and settings. This thing is floored and barely able to hold 75 miles an hour. Once it's floored and that turbo spun all the way up, it's basically a flat rate on fuel consumption. It's like, especially if you're on the top gear or a certain gear that you normally use. It's just going to burn that much gas. Now I'm going to 80. It's a good time though. The social aspect of VR is nice if it's the people you want to talk to, but if it's sometimes the real world is not where people want to be for a reason. If people were so into it, they'd be at the shopping center acting like they were pretending they were buying food when they were just there to be around other people. But you know, it's not like that. Oh, I just missed my turn because I'm talking. What if I can go in the out? Let's try it. Stole it. Sometimes I think people who are designing the metaverse should not underestimate people not wanting to be around other people. Like Microsoft Flight Simulator, I would like to fly with certain people, but you know, and I do not mind that other people are in the sim. In fact, I leave that setting on, but sometimes people don't want to be around other people, especially on their own time. I'm sure they have done their research, but sometimes these game companies, they get it dead set wrong, like, at least to a certain consumer. Like, it's like, how could you, what? Oh my gosh. I think sometimes the people that make these are more into going to college than they are into playing video games, so they don't necessarily make the right decisions sometimes. Like I said, this game is full of good decisions, like the right ones. Look at that, even shadows off of the lines, the power lines. Just little stuff like that just increases the immersion level. Doesn't seem like a lot of shadows off those bushes, but who cares? It would be nice, but it would probably be expensive. Okay, I think I've been here before. I could ramble on about VR for the rest of the day. Where do you need it? That's what I'm trying to do. Alright, so they say over this way. What happened? I guess I didn't do a very good job. Crash the vehicle offense. Missed the gate. I misread that. I gotta go around. I have a GPS right here on my dash, and I'm looking at this, and it wants me to go around the. I gotta go around the other way. Boom. Somebody just got their hilo license. Oh, he's counting. Not quite. Just start fresh. Well, that's pretty tight. There's just no room. Wow. Okay, I'm not making it. It's pretty challenging. I'd like to think it would be easier in real life, but it's all about when you start trying to straighten it, because you only have... It doesn't overcome it very well. Once you get it snapping to the side, it's like... Is that it? You gonna let me have that? Now I just want to get lucky. That's not my lucky day at all. Wow. Tough job. Seems like it just needs more turning radius because it doesn't overcome the... Like you can't turn back out of it once you get it going too far. You get some professional truckers doing videos of this. They probably want $25 an hour though. $25. Yeah, it's looking good so far. That's looking pretty good. I should edit these so everyone thinks I'm so good at this. Yeah, you got it first try. I was watching him. Oh, I just screwed up. I pressed the wrong direction. Let me get a second chance. That's like Forza right there. Pressed Y. It was almost going to be perfect. Now it's going to be okay. Alright, fine. You can have it like that. He wants it like that, you can have it like that. Technically I got it. 10th time, whatever. Now I got all the fuel economy. Wow. That was a time. That last one was, I almost had it. It was just, that last one I was coming in just perfect. And then somehow I pressed the wrong way just a little bit and I messed it up. Otherwise it would have been just right, perfect. I think if I had a steering wheel in my hand, I don't think that would have happened. It was just because I was using the control and I was looking like backwards. So, I don't know, that's my excuse. Anyway, that was cool. 3 trips. They were all fun, memorable. I'll probably watch this video in the future and remember today because that was actually quite a neat, just a road trip. And it was very believable in the Reverb G2, running the 3080 Ti and the 5600X. I'll be sad when the new hardware comes out because it will be duped, unfortunately. And the new ones are going to be a lot better. But, you know, it always happens. So, until that day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Always remember, you can shop at my eBay store, GB Hatchery. I sell all kinds of used items there, clothing, shoes, household items, skates, sporting goods, just different things I find. I list them on eBay. I'll leave a link in the description. Other than that, I hope you're safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next video.